What's going on, guys? This is Spontaneity. I'm Spontaneous One.
And I'm an ingenuity person.
And don't let the lemonade fool you. This is just because I love lemonade.
This is not another tasting video.
Even though we will have more coming out.
He just likes to drink on camera.
Yeah, I just love lemonade too. So, today we're ranting about, personally, my favorite cantrip. And I think, again, personally, the strongest spell to level 3.
Strongest spell to level 3? As in, like, character level or spell level?
Spell level.
I'm going to have to disagree with that one.
I again said personally. Prestidigitation. The cups in your way.
I'd like to say two... Okay, we're going to continue with Prestidigitation, but my two counters to that is...
Counterspell?
Blissful Warding and
okay.
Fireball.
That's why I said 2 level 3.
Yeah.
Like, level 3 can beat it. So level 2 and 1, Prestidigitation's the best, personally.
Oh, so you meant below level 3 best.
Yes. Level
Magic
3 doesn't
also
count
on there, too.
That's up there, but I think Prestidigitation's better.
Yeah.
And so, the main reason we're making this video is because during one of his campaigns, I decided to break the spell. And it was all within legal limits. It's just, I think it's really powerful for a cantrip, and it should be a first level spell. And I will make that argument a lot.
And if you don't know what Prestidigitation does, it has a casting time of 1 action, range 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Components, we usually don't play with components. It's verbal and semantic. It has a duration of up to an hour.
Which is great. For a cantrip, especially.
You create, and it doesn't require concentration either.
Which is even better.
You create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor.
You can't tell he's reading this off, so we don't get it wrong.
Yeah. You instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, or torch, or a small campfire. You instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. You chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour. My favorite thing to do with it. You make a color...
I can agree or disagree with that.
You make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or a surface for 1 hour.
Can be pretty good.
You create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand that lasts until the end of your next turn.
I would argue one of the best.
If you cast this spell multiple times, you can have up to 3 of the non-instantaneous effects active at a time, and you can dismiss such an effect as an action.
Yep. So, my first argument why it's one of the most busted spells. Because if you are a rogue, it gives you basically advantage in every sleight of hand check. Ready? So... Let me defend that statement, because it's a hard one.
Should I tell them what classes can cast it?
Sorcerer, Wizard.
It's Artificer, Bard, Blood Hunter, Fighter, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, and that's it.
Yep. So, Rogue creates a little pocket watch. Because it's a little palm-sized trinket. Like, it has to fit within the palm of your hand. Pocket watch fits within the palm of your hand. You sell that pocket watch, you leave, it is infinite money because it's only a verbal and somatic, meaning you do like weird hand signs, whatever, and you say something and you can do this. So, you infinitely get money by selling pocket watches or whatever palm-sized trinket you can make, which palm size is then kind of relative, because for the Goliath, their palms are massive.
I would make one counter to that.
Okay.
So it lasts until the end of your turn, which in a turn is 6 seconds. If you were going
No, it can last up to an hour.
The duration for the effect is up to an hour, but
yeah,
you create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand, and that lasts until the end of your next turn. Now, if you're DM...
I still think you could honestly, like,
you could play
in 6 seconds, you can sell it. Like, hey, I have a pocket watch, and you show the pocket watch, and you hide it again, and then you can keep on showing it for 6 seconds. That's why I think the Rogue is the perfect one, because sleight of hand.
Yeah.
You can make the pocket watch appear here, you can make it appear here, and it's also a really good way to just make money where it's like, oh, I'm a magician. You take someone's pocket watch, you put it in your pocket, and then you start doing... I'm using pocket watch because it's an easy palm-sized thing. Some D&D circles would say it's too modern of an item. I don't know if pocket watch would be in D&D.
You could do a ring.
A ring, that's another fair one. Necklace, bracelet. There's a lot of fun items, and I will make the argument you could sell it to a NPC. Now you might have to run afterwards, but it's not stealing. So if someone like did like a, what is it called, Zone of Truth, where you cannot lie, you can say I sold him a pocket watch, and that is not a lie.
Yeah. Or you have, I mean,
This lemonade's really good.
it would take 2 people to do it, but you could do the same idea, but have somebody constantly keeping that pocket watch in his hand and keeping focus on it until, like, a good while time until the person's gone and then they get another gun. But you want to keep the other person hidden.
Like, a majority of wizard spells you can make money off of in D&D. Like, just doing as, like, performance arts. That's why I will make an argument that one of the best multi-classes is either Bard or Rogue Wizard. Because you are open to the wizard spell classes, and you're good at performance or sleight of hand. And so, like, a Bard Wizard would be like a magician. And so they'll make a lot of money selling their talents. Instead of just musically, they can do, like, rope trick and a bunch of other interesting spells that not everyone have access to.
Yeah.
I brought up that the Rogue would get advantage. And I make this argument because as a DM, I would give a player advantage if they could trick a NPC with it. Well, they see it's a pocket watch. They see the pocket watch, and you can pretty much show it to them, not exactly hand it over, but I could have it in my hand and like, oh, you inspect it? Okay. Turn your hand around and flip it over again and reset the 6 seconds. As long as you're constantly moving, I would give you advantage.
So,
another fun thing is you can create a sound, right?
yes.
I create a sound that it sounds like it's off in the distance. It's actually just 10 feet away. 10 feet is a distance of someone could cause confusion. That could distract a player. Now, it might not be constant screaming, but it's someone who screams, "Help me!" That's less than 6 seconds. And it would, as a DM, I would usually give someone an attack of opportunity off of that because depending on who you're fighting, if you're fighting a guard and they hear "help me," I would look. And there's just so many different things you can do. Oh, you have a wall in front of you that you need to clean up. Well, you can pretty much just spam out the spell and unsoil a square foot by square foot of the wall. Now, it's slightly faster than you cleaning it. I would argue that 6 seconds for a square foot would probably be quicker than what a normal person can do in 6 seconds. But that would be kind of splitting hairs. You could be a really good chef because you then flavor food.
I was about to say that. I was going to say my favorite thing when you get into a campaign that's really heavy on survival, and you don't have any rations. Technically, trees are not poisonous.
Yep.
Normally, they don't taste great.
Flavor bark.
Yep. Make it taste like steak. And you just...
Dirt's digestible. It's not very good for you, but
I
dirt
don't
is
know,
digestible.
You might not get any nutrients, but like you'll have something in your stomach. So.
You could eat grass. You could eat pretty much anything non-poisonous and just flavor it and make it good. It doesn't. Now it says like I think the exact word is this flavor or add flavor, right?
You chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour.
I think the funnier thing you can do, and this is as a me thing, let's say you're pulling sabotage on someone. You're trying to mess with a chef or ruin someone's reputation.
Or kill a king.
Yeah. You can then change the flavor of their food. or make their food taste nasty. You're trying to get the head chef fired so then your bard can become the head chef. Well, head chef makes a steak dinner. You make that steak taste like rotten eggs because you add flavor. Or you can make it a cold steak. Or you can light a piece of wood on fire and just do weird things with that. Yeah. There's so many possibilities. Plus, I think the fun thing is light a small campfire. Well, you lit the small campfire, you move that stick over to a big campfire, now you have a big campfire. There's a lot of things that, yes, you technically can't do, but technically you can do. And I think Prestidigitation, in and out of combat, is one of the best flavor spells. That's why it's my favorite cantrip.
Yeah.
Especially because you can then just mess with people. It doesn't take concentration.
So,
if someone walks in a door and feels like they're being showered by sparks,
they're not going to probably go in.
Yeah, and most people will like flinch or go defensive. Well,
one thing I just realized about this spell that I didn't realize about a lot of other spells, and then I think it was just how the DM was playing it, but so there are two spells that I can think of: Scorcher's Ray, and then Scorching Ray, and then something Scorcher. Those do fire damage, but they don't actually create fire that ignites things.
Yeah.
With Prestidigitation, on the other hand, you could. So what I was trying to do,
like Fireball does ignite things.
Does ignite things. So in the case, I was trying to set a building on fire. It was the boss's
I get
place,
it. It's fine.
Place.
Yeah.
But with Scorching Ray, it doesn't actually catch the building on fire because it doesn't say it lights things on fire.
Prestidigitation can.
Prestidigitation would.
Kind of. You have to do it backwards. You'd have to like light a torch, then the torch could light it.
Yeah.
But that's still something you can do. Mm-hmm. I think Prestidigitation is just like the best flavor spell. Plus, you can have 3 things active at once. You really want to mess with someone? Well, I make your food cold, I make it taste nasty, and I make it smell like rotten eggs. The king's gonna hate it. Or
you make it taste like poison.
Or you can make it not taste like poison. Ooh.
Yeah.
And I think we're focusing on the food one because as people, it's more reasonable. Mm-hmm. But you can do some weird things. I had a DM, and I've allowed it too. Someone used thaumaturgy on a Prestidigitation. Now, I think by wording you can't, because it has to be a person in touch, and technically Prestidigitation's not a person. And this is off memory. But
let me pull it up. You
can make the sound a lot louder. So if you have someone screaming and then you make it louder, it's going to get people's attention.
So the Prestidigitation did say a faint noise, but I mean,
faint noise is also relative because if I hear "help me" in the distance, I'll just think it's further away.
Yeah.
Or I think my favorite faint noise is a gunshot.
Or making the person think they're hearing voices in their head.
Oh yeah.
That's also
and
fun. This
is just in combat. There's less use. I can still see use, especially in like messing with people, because this is something we haven't brought up yet. It says clean or soil. So if I touch someone's pants, I can soil it. You're going to get embarrassed. It's the human response. Now, maybe not an ogre or an orc. Or
oh, yes.
I'm trying to think. Goblins probably wouldn't. Kobolds probably wouldn't. Elves definitely would. I would argue
elves might kill
would.
You. Might attempt to kill you.
Was it humans, elves?
Anything that's not brutish.
Yeah. That's actually a really nice way to say it.
Yeah.
They would probably be embarrassed.
Half orcs would. I feel like half orcs would get it. Because they have the human part. I would say for orcs and half orcs, it wouldn't be as much as embarrassment as they might be rage.
Yeah. So it's just a really fun flavor spell. It's something you can mess with as a DM or without a DM. You brought up Glyph of Warding earlier. You can have a lot of fun with Glyph of Warding and Prestidigitation. use Prestidigitation with the glyph of warding. Have the activated be someone touches this rock, and the rock becomes showered in sparks.
Or you could,
you like that idea?
that's actually not bad.
It would scare people.
Or you have like somebody walks into a room, and this dark runes appear all over the walls, and then you get a faint smell of like rotten eggs appears into the room.
Almonds. Wait, hold up. If the spell was in real life, a lot of people know that if you smell toast, you're having a stroke. Imagine you have your players smell toast, and they think they're having a stroke.
Jeez.
That would have to be with, like, older players.
Mm.
Because I don't think a 16-year-old would know that if you smell toast, you're having a stroke.
I don't know. It's a pretty popular joke nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it's a very broken spell. And if it was a level 1 spell, it would never be used.
oh yeah, definitely not.
It being a cantrip, I think, is the right slot for it, but it's broken.
Oh yeah. It's now we could mention your idea of trying to upcast it.
So I make an argument that if you upcast it, you can double anything per level of upcasting. Now, that's not how it works, but as a DM and player, in my head canon, that's how it works. If you use a 9th level spell slot to soil
Oh my god.
one, well, it wouldn't be 1 times 1, but it'd be like 1 times 2 times 2 times 2. It'd be basically...
I would say 9 cubic feet to me, because that makes sense. That's a lot of area.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem right for a 9th level spell where you get wish. When you could literally just wish for that area to be soiled. Which would be a waste of wish spell, but...
Also, 2 weeks of time. Is it 2 weeks? How long is wait?
I don't remember. I say wish because that's the generic one people go for.
For what?
I just think Prestidigitation's broken. And I will stand on that ground until someone finds a more broken one. Minor Illusion is up there. People have argued Minor Illusion with me is better. And I can agree to some point. But like again with the trinket, something we talked about maybe for too long. If you hold a watch in your hand, you could technically hand it to someone or have someone feel it. With Minor Illusion, they can't feel it. And I've had one fun interaction before we end this, where someone had Minor Illusioned a pocket watch in their pocket so they could check the time, and they would constantly do this as their action, and they weren't in combat, and just magically an arrow hit them right in the chest pocket with the pocket watch in there, and it saved them from damage. And now, in all seriousness, it probably wouldn't work like that. I had the archer who shot at him. He went like 2 below the AC, so I thought that was a good way to stop it. And that's also DM flavor.
So if I align myself with pocket watches in your campaigns, then...
Well, but you'd only have 3 of them.
You just have to mark the important parts.
Heart, one side of the head, the other side of the head.
I'll just upcast Prestidigitation.
Ooh, I'm fine with that. 97 pocket watches.
No, my whole body is a pocket watch.
I am the pocket watch. This is going to be... We're going to mention pocket watches in other videos, and no one's going to get it. Because no one's going to watch us drink lemonade and talk about Prestidigitation.
My AC is pocket watch.
Thank you all for watching.
See you in the next one.
Why?